Arsenal's season has crumbled within a matter of weeks. They were top of the Premier League. Everybody thought they were going to win their first league title since 2004. However, the pressure was too much to handle for this young Arsenal team. Pep Guardiola and Man City were too much to deal with. Arteta has done a fine job so far, but it's now time for me to take it forward. I'm going to become the manager of Arsenal, change the mentality of the club, and get them that Premier League trophy. My first day as Arsenal boss, and I realized how incredible of a job Mikel Arteta has done. Bro, the team Arteta has put together, Martinelli, Saka, Gabriel Jesus, that attack is superb. Then you've got the likes of Odegaard and Thomas Partey in midfield, Saliba at the back as well, who's an absolute unit. Then you've got Ramsdale, who's pretty good himself too. And look at the depth with players like Trossard, Tomiyasu, Fabio Vieira. Arsenal have a team, and no wonder they were this close to possibly winning the Premier League. And they've actually got a board that are willing to spend. Our budget for the first season is about 100 million. Before I start making changes to this team, I want to get a feel of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. I want to find out what they're doing right, what's needed to improve. No better way than to test this Arsenal team than a game against Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium. My first impressions of this Arsenal team was Ramsdale conceding a howler. What was he thinking? Ramsdale, you better be careful. We'll be shipping you out if you do that again. But in this second half, I realized what makes Mikel Arteta's Arsenal this good. These Arsenal players' positioning in the attack is superb, and we need to make the most of it. Martin Odegaard's broken through. He's going to do it. Yes, he is. Odegaard scores. What a lovely finish. Although the first game has ended in a draw, I've kind of figured out how to make this team work. Okay, guys, here's the plan of action that's going to lead us to winning the Premier League title this season. Yup, that's my goal, winning the league this season. I think it's doable because Arsenal really have the team. If we can just make the slight improvements, we'll win the league. I'm sure of it. First things first, I'm going to keep the attack as is. There is no need to change Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli. If we just keep building on them, nurture them, they'll win us the league. I'm sure of it. They've got the talent. Second, though, defensively, we need to make some changes. Oh my days. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Gabriel. Zinchenko is good when he joins the midfield and dictates the game, but apart from that, it's not good. Ben White going forward is pretty tragic. And Ramsdale, what was that mistake he made in the first game? So defensively, there's a lot we can do. We even got some cheeky season ticket sales money. The Arsenal fans are coming in and pouring their money. We gotta win them the league title. Also, because we've got a very young and inexperienced team, I think the signings we make have to reflect that. And so for the first signing, we're trying to negotiate to bring in a PSG defender. A defender that's won multiple league titles. I know it's Liga, but I think the experience of winning a league title counts. The player I'm trying to sign is Presnel Kimpembe. French players have a solid history of winning big trophies at Arsenal. We'll try and continue that with Kimpembe. And honestly, he was pretty quick to accept a contract with Arsenal. Maybe he wants to live in London. And so for 40 million, we end up signing Presnel Kimpembe, a multiple-time league winner. With Kimpembe joining, we now have 3 centre-backs that are good enough to be starters. And that's what we need at Arsenal. When Saliba got injured in real life, that just destroyed Arsenal season. Now we're protected from that. And then started spending a lot of time finding the perfect right back to potentially replace Ben White. But honestly, not a single player impressed me. And now I'm thinking, maybe we just give Ben White a chance. I'm going to put Ben White on an attacking right back game plan, which is going to improve a lot of his attacking stats. And maybe he can offer more in the attack then, because that's what I want him to do. With that, I think we're going to keep the defense as is, but we do still have 66 million to spend. Question is, do we use that now or in January? Because I wouldn't mind bringing another midfielder. Jorginho, I think he's past his best, if I'm being honest. And Granit Xhaka is good, but we're competing against Manchester City. We need better than that. But you know what? I think Kimpembe is enough for now. I want to get a feel of this team throughout the season, and if needed, we'll make the big changes in January when it matters. Even with the signing of Kimpembe, we've not had an ideal start to the season. 2 points out of 2 games. And so it's absolutely important that we win the North London derby. If we can beat Spurs, at least we'll know on the right track. And I'm really keen to see what this man Kimpembe can do for us. It's his debut. We started off the North London derby showing our attacking prowess. But what I was most impressed with is how much better we were looking defensively. One player really makes that much of a difference. And soon after, we showed our class. Go on, Gabriel Martinelli. Inside for Jesus. The 2 Brazilians combine and Arsenal score. Jesus again, beating the keeper. Oh, ho, ho, that's wonderful. beautiful. Oh, Saka, the touches were brilliant, and Bukayo Saka gets his goal. Saka with the quick 1-2. Odegaard gives him back. Oh, lovely touch. Go on, Saka. Could he get the goal? Yes, he does. Huge win against Spurs. This shows we're on the right track, and if only we keep improving a few tiny little things here and there, we'll make this team Premier League winners. With the momentum from the North London derby, we kept on picking results, and after 13 games in the Premier League, we were third. One of the only unbeaten teams in the league so far. One thing's for sure, we had definitely sorted out the defensive problems. But it was now time for our biggest test yet. We're going to be up against Manchester City for the first time this season. And the truth is, they're going to be our real rivals in the Premier League. If we can beat them, we're going to be contenders for the title. If not, Pep Guardiola's City is just going to destroy us. This game is going to decide the fate of the title. Man City are making it look so easy. There's nothing we can do. Haaland scores. Haaland again. I literally don't know how to compete with him. What a ball for De Bruyne. We're being carved open here. City have destroyed us. No. Stop it now. We're 3-0 down within 22 minutes. I initially thought it was our defense that wasn't good enough, but when I looked deeper, it was our midfield. Jorginho was getting destroyed in the middle of the park. We weren't able to keep any of the ball in this game, and of course we were about to get destroyed. The game ended 4-1 to City. We kept 30% possession. The only positive thing from that game was that we've realized we need a midfielder more than anything. And so I'm putting Jorginho on the transfer list. We somehow then made it to January being third in the Premier League, which is still good, but I think when it comes to the big games, we don't have what it takes yet. We failed to sell Jorginho in about a month, so I need to find other ways to get rid of him and bring in someone else. Maybe if we do that in January, we've got a chance to win the Premier League title. I had found the perfect midfielder for this Arsenal team, Leon Goretzka. If you think about it, we've got the destroyer in the middle in Thomas Partey. We've got Odegaard, the creative attacking midfielder. We need a box-to-box mid, and there's no one better than Leon Goretzka, who's won multiple Bundesliga titles. And so we've signed a multiple-time league winner in Leon Goretzka. That's the kind of experience we need. Putting Goretzka into this team, I'm feeling we're getting closer and closer to the team we want to build. No way, we're already going to be playing Manchester City, this time at the Etihad Stadium. If we want to get back into the title race, we need to do something against City. We have Leon Goretzka making his debut in such a high-pressure game. Hopefully, he knows what needs to be done. Within minutes of kickoff, Haaland almost put us to sleep. Man City was still looking relentless, and I thought this was going to end like that first game that we played against them. The one thing that was different this time around, Leon Goretzka. And unlike last time, we were controlling the midfield. And eventually, that led to a chance for Jesus. Gabriel Jesus threw on goal, no way! Jesus against his former club, he's proven all his haters wrong. That's the goal he's been wanting. Saka, oh, that's the goal, that's the dagger. We might just be alive in the Premier League title race. Saka looking for space, digging it inside. Gabriel Jesus on the volley. Are you joking? We've gotten our revenge in Man City. This is brilliant. We've actually pulled it off, boys, against all odds. The new signings have helped massively. We've beaten City at the Etihad. If we keep this up, we might just take Arsenal to their first Premier League title since 2004. The win against City changed everything. We were now winning game after game. We even managed to win a Manager of the Month award. But if you thought this title race was done for, no. Man City are back in the race, of course. It's Pep Guardiola. Man United as well. This is crazy. Look at our goal difference with City. It's literally the exact same. The worst thing is we still have the Europa League semi-final sandwiched between, and honestly, I feel like we shouldn't be caring much about this. PSG's in this competition. They're gonna anyway end up crushing us most likely. Why waste precious energy? Meanwhile, City aren't in the Champions League. They have just the Premier League to focus for. I think I'm not gonna take a chance, boys. I'm gonna rotate my team completely for the Europa League. Call me crazy, but this is what I believe is the right thing to do. And our second team was not able to compete against Braga, and we end up getting knocked out of the Europa League. We sacrificed the Europa League, and it all comes down to this. One game to go in the Premier League. Arsenal and Man City, same points. We have the advantage with goal difference by 4, but if we lose or drop points, you know City are winning the league. It's been an incredible season for the likes of Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard, and everyone else. Before we play the Premier League finale, I need a bit of help from you guys. Over 70% of you guys watching this video right now haven't subscribed, and if you do so, that would be awesome. We cannot let this season go to waste, boys. Absolutely not. Gabriel Jesus, could he be the man? Of course it is Gabriel Jesus. What a goal. Odegaard is so good. I knew that pass was coming in. Gabriel Jesus has a chance, and of course, he puts it in. The goal to win Arsenal the Premier League. Let's go. Just as you thought it was now going to be a simple affair for us, things took a dark turn. No. Saliba sent off. No. We now need to survive with 10 men. I can't believe this, boys. I cannot believe this. Everything we've worked for could now be undone. Guys, we need to fix something here. What are we going to do now? Gabriel, this is where he comes in. This is where a player like him comes in. I think I'm going to sacrifice Martinelli here. Gabriel at centre-back. We won't play with the left winger. That's fine. I'll move Gabriel Jesus a bit there to support. That's fine. We are for sure going to be dropping back deep. The goal now with the substitutions is just to survive. Even with the red card, we gave it everything. I was so proud of this team. But was it going to be enough to survive? Wan-Bissaka's in the box. This is not good. He's beating me. No. 6 minutes. 6 minutes to hang on. And we pull this off. No way. Against the run of play. Gabriel Jesus is through. I see Saka. Saka! Oh my God! 93rd minute. We've scored the goal to seal the title. Of course, it's the wonderkid Saka. That's the goal that gets Arsenal their first Premier League title since 2004. Seeing Martin Odegaard lift the Premier League trophy, such a young team, we've changed the mentality. Premier League champions with Arsenal. But you know what? There's still something left to do. Something Arsenal have never done in their entire club's history. They gave it everything to try and win the club's first ever Champions League. And guess what? They did reach the final. But in the final against Barcelona, controversial decisions, red cards, and plenty more led to Arsenal failing to win a Champions League. And that was the last time they made the final. We've just won the Premier League for the first time in 19 years. And it's time to do what the invincible Arsenal side could never do. So our Champions League journey begins with Arsenal in this group. Dortmund, Sporting and Fenerbahce. But before we begin the quest to win the Champions League, start improving our team with signings and everything, I thought it makes sense to bring back a former legend to the club just to have a chat with the squad. Congratulations guys for winning the Premier League. It was tough being an Arsenal fan all these years, 19 years no title, but you guys did it. But I'll tell you this, not a day goes by that I regret that night in Paris in 2006. We should have won the Champions League that year, but we couldn't do it. The Invincibles couldn't do it, but I feel you guys have what it takes to make it happen. The entire Invincible squad is rooting for you. Go get that Champions League. Alright boys, we've got the Thierry Henry's blessing, and now let's get to work. Once again, I told you, I'm not interested in changing our attack. We've got Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, depth with Trossard and Nketiah. We don't need anyone else. The same with the midfield. Goretzka is just perfect. Odegaard's that guy, he is that guy. At the back though, Ben White really surprised me. He grew into a much better player than I expected, so we keep him. Zinchenko, on the other hand, I think he's a good utility player to have, but I'm thinking, let's go get someone who's won the Champions League before. And so we've completed the signing of Alphonso Davies to Arsenal. You won't believe the price we got him for. We put in Kieran Tierney in a swap deal and about 54 million, and we got our man. The reason I traded Tierney was that I still value Zinchenko. He could be the ultimate utility player, so I still want him part of my team. We're not making too many changes with our team. I think that's it. I'm ready to try and win the Champions League with Arsenal. It's been a long time, but Arsenal are back in the Champions League. The Emirates has not seen a Champions League night in so long. It's time to make a statement. The signing of Alphonso Davies completely brought a new dimension to our attack. Davies is so good at attacking multiple defenders down this side. Looks inside for Saka. It's superb. Alphonso Davies has unlocked a new area for this team. How is Davies broken through here from, of course, the left-back position, but he just doesn't somehow. 2-0, Jesus scores, job done. We continued our momentum in the rest of the group stage games. We actually managed to go perfect in our Champions League group, which is awesome, and hopefully that gets us an easier draw for the round of 16. We're also top of the league, by the way, I'm just saying. We're also in January, but honestly, when things are going well, why change anything? This team is ready to become the world's best. And it's now time to begin our Champions League knockout journey. Gabriel Jesus has broken through really well. Oh, that's intelligent. Martin Odegaard, that's beautiful. I told you, this Arsenal attack is just unbelievable. Jesus through on goal against Leipzig. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, that's world class. Jesus is already making reservations for that Champions League semi-final. We're now in the semi-finals, and would you believe it, we're going to Paris, the city where Arsenal lost the Champions League. We can make things right, beating PSG in Paris and making it to the final. The problem is, we don't have Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus has got a red card, and Kimpembe is unfit to play against his former club. I guess it's a good thing we've got depth, because Nketiah and Trossard are going to replace Jesus and Martinelli. We've got Gabriel coming through for Kimpembe. Fitness is definitely lacking for a few of our players, but this is it. I don't care what the situation is, we have to make things right in Paris. Nketiah through on goal, no way, in Paris to right the wrongs that happened. Nketiah scores. PSG can't compete with us now. 1-0 Arsenal. The super subs are absolutely delivering it. Trossard looking for Nketiah, it's another goal. PSG are stunned in Paris. A huge win for us in Paris. Arsenal are one step away from the Champions League trophy. All we need to do is survive this second leg and we will be the Champions League final, and that is exactly what we've done. Nketiah, you've stepped up when the team needed you the most. This season has been absolutely perfect. We've defended our Premier League title, we won the FA Cup as well, and now we've got a chance to get revenge against Barcelona for that night in 2006, almost 18 years ago. This is our chance. The good news is Jesus and Martinelli fully fit and ready to go. The bad news, Kimpembe is not available, but hey, that's why we kept Gabriel. And so this is our opportunity of winning Arsenal's first ever Champions League. Let's get it done. The game started off with Barcelona putting all the pressure. They had some great chances. Honestly, guys, I'm struggling to get out of the Barcelona press. It is feeling suffocating right now. That's what Barca do. The first half ends, and honestly, Barca dominated us. If we keep this up, we're gonna lose. We need to change something. In a game like this, I don't think Thomas Partey was really doing anything. He's just not as good tactically compared to Barcelona, and he's just getting outplayed. So I'm making a controversial decision of bringing on Zinchenko, putting him in the middle of the park, and I believe this might change the game. Alphonso Davies has made the run. Alphonso Davies, big chance, cut back. No, Barcelona survived. How was our chance? Even with Zinchenko's added creativity, all we could do was survive. We had that one chance, we didn't take it. This is going to extra time. Zinchenko definitely added some dynamism to our midfield. Definitely caught Barca by surprise. The battle in extra time was fierce. Both teams were giving it everything. Saka. Ben White's making that run. We need a perfect cross from Ben White. He goes for Saka instead. Martinelli turns. Martinelli shoots. 116th minute. The Brazilian stuns the crowd as he scores the goal that could possibly win us the Champions League. Unbelievable. And it's done. Arsenal have done what they've never done in their history. Win the Champions League. We've pulled it off. Premier League, check. Champions League, check. We've made Arsenal the world's best club. If you enjoyed this journey, I'm sure you'll enjoy me managing Chelsea without spending any money. Click here to watch that.